Good evening.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, all. Just give me 1 minute. Good evening, all. Welcome to today's Leagues Cup post-match 2026 press conference. A friendly reminder, please silence your cell phones. Joining us today will be the assistant coach for New York City FC, Mehdi Ballouchy. Before we begin, a reminder that this will be a press conference with media audience on site and via Zoom. Bienvenidos a esta conferencia de prensa del partido de Leagues Cup 2026 para New York City FC. Para los medios de comunicación que desean escuchar interpretación en vivo de inglés a español y español a inglés, ofrecemos esta opción mediante el enlace de Zoom. We begin for some opening comments from the assistant coach on today's Leagues Cup match against Club Necaxa.
I think it's a well-fought game. I think we went into the game trying to get everything, knowing that there are games that are being played afterwards. Not the result we wanted, but thought we played good first half. Obviously, the goal changes things around a bit and made it a bit more difficult as the game went on for us.
Okay. Thank you. We begin the questions. First, raise your hand and state your name and media outlet. First question.
New York Sports Nation. Just wanted to ask, you guys had the lead in the game, but with the amount that you had to do to secure a place in the knockout, do you think that there was knowing that you had that goal line was a detriment to some of the players, knowing that they couldn't just sit on more, they had to keep getting 4 goals in this thing? What do you think the players are thinking? Like even when they scored, they knew there wasn't enough.
Yeah, I thought the attitude of the players from the get-go was really good. I think the fight was there. The spirit was there. Thought the first half we arrived to in around goal more often than they did. Obviously, we scored a goal, and we're feeling good about ourselves. And I think the game changed a bit. I think, obviously, I don't want to talk about the refs again, but we lost a bit of control, right, in terms of them kicking the same player often, over and over and over. Thought and this is a common feeling in our locker room now is the VAR stop. So the VAR stop was about the time to just now. It's about 4.5. What was added was just 5, and there were plenty of subs in the game. So these things, yes, this is not the reason we lost the game, but it slips away when it's repetitive.
Okay. Next question.
Brandon Pereira, WNN Newark. Just if you could talk about some of the things that went wrong in the second half offensively. I think the first shot of the team comes in the 87th minute, and it's a wayward shot that didn't really trouble the keeper. After creating some very decent chances in the first half, what do you think changed in the second half? I know you spoke about some of the stoppages and stuff like that, but organizationally, do you think anything changed that went wrong, or the other team adapted? What do you think?
I think organizationally we were fine, to be honest. I think tactically we had control, especially a lot of the first half. I think they got away with our press, with their low build up, our press, a couple of moments, but we've also regained some really good balls up high, and maybe we didn't do enough in the transition moments. Could we have scored more? Possibly in the first half. But yeah, they come back into the game, and possibly an offside moment where the first entry ball goes in, and that goal changes things a little bit, and maybe slips away. We lose a little bit of rhythm, and then 2-1 it becomes difficult.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lee with New York Soccer Journal. Now that this tournament's over, where do you feel the team is left? Like, what do you guys gain? What are the positives you can take going back to MLS, knowing you still have a bunch of games coming up quickly with more 3-game weeks? What positives, I guess, can you take from, even though you got eliminated?
I think it's a knockout tournament, right? So the feeling of being in a knockout tournament, hopefully pre-playoffs, that we get to at the end of the season, that's one that's really positive for everybody to be in and around. So there's a little different pressure into the games. I think the other positive is we have a lot of people back, right? So Kevin O'Toole is back healthy, Keats is back healthy. There's there's a few others that I may not mention today, but they're in and around the team. So that should give us a big boost going into the rest of the season.
Coach, could you also talk about the rotation that the team made with its starting 11? We know that these games fall on different days than usual, Thursdays, Sundays. You have to prepare for a MLS game on Sunday. Could you just talk about the mindset of making these changes, thinking that you could still beat this Liga MX team in advance and then be prepared to go into Philly?
Yeah, I think the reality of our squad is very close. So it's, putting this one player versus the other shouldn't change the intention of the team. So that's been a clear message from preseason. So that's not, we're thinking of Sunday already. I think that's us competing today's game. I think you can see it in everybody's face, before the game and even after the game, including the staff. That's a game we went into to win with a chance to advance. So it didn't happen, and I think we got to take the positives from the game. I think the spirit is there. I think, as I mentioned, a lot of good play in the first half, especially, and then we have a lot of players back. It should give everybody a boost going into the rest of the season.
Do you have any other questions?
Just kind of, it might be just rotation, but Ojeda and Wolf weren't in the squad. Was it just because they needed the rest, or is there anything more with them that could be
They're
longer
dealing
term?
with minor things that they should be back by training tomorrow.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.